Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Let's Talk. I am Dr. Anita Raja, and I hope you all are absolutely fine and have been enjoying your day. Like every week, today we have a very interesting topic of discussion on our show today. If you want to ask us any type of questions, you're more than welcome to WhatsApp us. Our telephone number is 075-85-835-150. You can also call us. Our telephone number for that is 01924231083, and our numbers are on your screen. When it comes to people from the BAME community, they face a lot of challenges in terms of opportunities as well. Many of us are migrants and have come to the UK, or our ancestors may have moved to the UK from another country. What it's like to move to the UK, start a new life, get educated here, and then build an empire. This is what we're going to talk about. On our show today, we have our lovely, lovely guest, Pritpal Jandu, who's here with us. He's the chairperson for CIBSE. Welcome to our show. Can you hear us, Pritpal?
Yes, I can.
Lovely.
You can hear me?
Yes, we can. So first of all, my question to you is, because your story is quite interesting. So you moved to the UK from Kenya. So I'd like you to tell us a bit more about your background and your early life.
Yeah, I was born in Kenya and lived and grew up in Mombasa, and been a resident of Leeds ever since graduating from the University of Leeds in 2001. Yep.
And how was this transition, moving from Kenya to the United Kingdom to pursue your education?
It was very interesting, I have to say. Even though it was like so many years ago, there were a lot of technological challenges to overcome. And my kids still tell me I'm like really behind times. But I think I'm an engineer, and engineers are really good at making things work out. So here I am.
And was this a dream that your parents had? Because most South Asian parents have this desire that their children either become medics or become engineers. And now they also want their children to become lawyers these days, or solicitors, or do bar at law. So was this a dream that your parents carried in their hearts, or was this your passion?
No, it was part of my passion. Our family background is a lot of engineering, but it was my passion, the built environment and the construction. So it was my passion that brought me here, obviously with all the support of my family. And yeah, I think I'm not doing a bad job.
No, I'm sure you're doing a great job. So tell us more about your current position. You are the chair for CIBSE. What exactly does your organization entail?
Okay, CIBSE, more fondly referred to as CIBSE. It's the Chartered Institute of Building Services Engineers. It's the prime source of expertise within the building services industry, the built environment, and I think like the most common elements that the audiences could relate to are anything and everything that makes buildings and the built environment come to life, be it lighting, ventilation, heating, energy systems, infrastructure.
And how did you sort of, get involved into all of this? Because if you come to think of it, life is just so comfortable. Not many people would actually think about energy, infrastructure. It seems something that's quite niche. So how did you develop an interest in this area?
Well, to be honest, it's one of the profession that if somebody asks you, what do you do as a professional? And I think all my colleagues would agree, it's so difficult to explain because we do such a lovely work in within the construction industry and the built environment, we make all buildings come to life. So it's like looking at the services and the systems and the requirements of any construction project that are required to make it function how people would want it to function. Like if you have a car, you have the engine, you've got the petrol pump, you've got the exhaust, you've got all the electronics in it. But we are the engineers that make all buildings, and almost like anything that man builds up, we are the people that make it move.
And we've got a question. As you know, this is a live show and we get questions via WhatsApp, people call in. And there's a question that's come through. As a Muslim myself, what do you think I could do personally to help create opportunities in life for myself? So essentially, if somebody wants to create an opportunity like you did for yourself, what would your advice be?
My advice would be, like, depending on at what career stage you would be at, are you like near in early education or late education, or perhaps you're thinking of a career change, is to look at this within the built environment. The website you see, sibzi.org, you can go there, you can get links and information, but it's like to look at the resources, the sources that are available to you within your community, or the local authority there, the local education and training schemes that are around and out and about. So it's like going out there and finding the opportunities there.
And in terms of the organization that you are the chair of, CIBSE, SIBSE.org, how can people sort of get involved? What sort of people do you recruit, take on? How can people make use of your organization?
Okay, so SIBSE is it's a charity organization. We're a lovely bunch of a lot of volunteers. There's a professional set that makes sure that we all work to set aligned rules that are fair and equitable. And SIBSE involves people from young engineers to people in their mid-careers, people who are changing careers, people who are nearing retirement. So it's the whole spectrum of people that can get involved with SIBSE, either attending the events or helping to organize events, and networking and sharing of knowledge and information with their fellow colleagues.
And if people want to be part of this charity, this organization, how easy is it? Is there a fee that they need to pay? How can they become part of your organization?
There are like different grades of memberships, and obviously each grade of membership requires a certain subscription to be paid, but there is an almost nominal fee or way of joining the organization, which is via as an affiliate. So if you go to the website sibsi.org, you go into the membership option there, and then you can find more about membership. If you are finding it hard to pay your subs, or perhaps you're out of work for the moment, then you can speak to the membership and they can see what options may be available for you.
Right. And do you only help people from within the Sikh community, or could it be anyone?
SIBSE is not with the Sikh community. SIBSE is for all, everybody.
Excellent. And you were also the founder of Innovative Sikhs. Tell us a bit more about what Innovative Sikhs is.
Yeah. So Innovative Sikhs started off with me personally being questioned or being approached by religious bodies or people within the community who wanted a bit of help and guidance on sustainability, energy systems. So it's a small network of a few people, and we receive queries and we just go out and help help local communities, and we try to focus on places of worship, because places of worships are, are generally run at really like community funds, but technically they are one of the type of buildings that are excluded from the Part L building regulations. So most elements of places of worships are not like intensely scrutinized with regards to energy performance. And I don't think that it's a good thing, but we try to do what we can do to help advise and inform people.
And if people want to be sort of part of Innovative Seeks, again, is there a website that they could join, or is there a membership, or is it free of cost?
No, there's no membership. It's just a website, innovativeseeks.com. Just go log in there. It's a very tiny initiative, but more than happy to involve as many people as would like to get.
And do you get enough time? Because it seems like you are doing lots and lots of things together. I'll ask you a couple of more questions about your hobbies as well in a minute. But it seems like you are doing lots and lots of things. Your fingers are in many pots.
No, yeah, call it a blessing in disguise. Yeah, what it is I'm passionate about the issues the BAME community faces. And later on, if there's a chance, I'd like to share some items. And there are many obstacles that the BAME community members do face, and it has been recognized. Unfortunately, there is a lot of cyclic information that comes. This is what is happening. This is what we're doing.
No, definitely. And we're going to discuss that. Definitely, we will, Mr. Jandu. This is why you're on our show today. Viewers, a topic for today is challenges that the people from the BAME community face. If you want to be part of this show, it's very easy. Our number is on your screens, 075858355150. Like always, it is time for a break, but we would like you to stay with us. Welcome back to Let's Talk. Before we went on to the break, we were discussing the challenges that some people from the BAME community can face. We've got with us lovely Mr. Jandu, who is discussing his journey and what he does and what he's all done for people from the Sikh community. Mr. Jandu, before we went on to the break, you said that you would like to spare a minute and discuss the challenges that people from the BAME community face in terms of opportunities, and you'd like to talk about that. So I'll give you that opportunity to enlighten us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So as as with the name of the show, and as everybody knows, I'm here to mainly talk about the challenges and the opportunities that people from the BAME community face. And I want to share some information with the audience who are listening, and just to increase the awareness out there. So the Chartered Institute of Building Statistics indicate that the construction sector is still only 6% BAME, 15% women, 6% disabled workers, and the construction industry is also central to a sustainable future. But there are large skill shortages. 750,000 workers across the industry are set to retire in the next 15 years. And action must be taken to retain and introduce new workforce from a diverse spectrum. We know that diversity fosters innovation, and it will be a huge missed opportunity if both the industry and the BAME communities don't have some proactive collaboration. It is documented that people from the BAME backgrounds, women, working class people, are generally underrepresented or often missing from the main discussions and debates around this topic. But I'll pose this question that came to me, like, why do we think there is an issue about diversity or BAME, or is there really an issue? So let me share some more official statistics. The pandemic has actually widened the gender pay gap from 17% in 2019 to 27% in 2021. However, the ethnicity pay gap is more concerning. The difference in average salary between a white person and a BAME person stands at 20%. There is also a 26% benefit gap, that is pension and bonuses, etc., between those from a BAME background and those from a non-BAME background. Official figures show there are also fewer disabled people employed now. It always takes me a moment to get over these facts and figures. They may sound shocking, but the approach should be: issues present challenges, challenges present opportunities, and opportunities foster success. So what are the opportunities in the built environment? I've just decided to coin this as a 1 in a million chance for the BAME community and the construction stroke built environment industry as well. So with 40% of total emissions in the UK coming from the built environment, there is huge opportunity to not only become more sustainable, but to do it in a way that creates skilled job opportunities within diverse communities. To meet the government's commitments to net zero by 2050, Britain's 28 million homes will need to contribute to a 20% reduction in emissions. The Construction Industry Training Board estimates that to achieve these targets, the built environment sector will require an additional 350,000 full-time equivalent workers by 2028, just over about 5 years. So the 750,000 retiring plus 350,000 required within the industry is that magic million chance. This is a fantastic opportunity to increase figures from 1 in 8 workers who are female, 6% who are from BAME backgrounds, and increase disabled people into the workforce. Hence my passion about not only raising awareness about the issues, but to promote the opportunities in a positive way. Thank you, Dr. Anita. So we can,
Mr. Jandu, those were amazing figures. I have got 2 questions, actually. I'll crack on with the first one. So the first one is, do you think it's predominantly the minorities in this country that struggle with creating opportunities, or is it widespread? I only ask as I have Caucasian friends of a similar age who are also really struggling with finding opportunities in the workspace, which is true, I think. I think it's all over post-pandemic. There is a dearth of opportunities. When we look at opportunities, it's not just people from the BAME community, but perhaps people from every background that are suffering. What would you have to say?
Yeah. These are, you may have heard it many times from many politicians, unprecedented times, and everybody is going through a challenge. However, like I said, from the challenge, look at the opportunity, make the opportunity, and work towards success. So for the young people out there, what I would say is, like, you need to approach and see within your network, or look for a network where you can find somebody who can help you, who can mentor you, who may have gone through a similar cycle of career progression where you may be now. Look for them within your community, and by all means, if you can get in touch with me, I'm more than happy to align you with whichever network I'm able to. But yeah, you will have to unfortunately go out a bit and look for that information. And the sad thing is, the internet is great for information, but there is so much information that it becomes really tricky. Where do you look for the right information?
No, I agree.
Yeah. So
Sometimes
when
we're
you're
some
when yeah so
sometimes.
when you're yeah sorry so when you're looking and googling, the keywords should be professional organization for this industry, and those words, that'll bring up more of a professional network in your searches.
No, that's right. But I guess that's not for every person, because as you've said, not many people know where to look, what to type, and not many people would be that helpful to mentor. You don't, of course, you've, kindly suggested that you'll be able to help people and mentor them, which is kind of you, and I guess very helpful for our viewers. We've got another question that has come through. What do you think workplaces can do to help create more opportunities for the BAME community?
That's a brilliant question. Okay, so now it's been a few years, sorry, I would say like 2 or 3 years, especially after the Black Lives Matter movement, that the whole professional industry and workplaces have really, I think the message has resonated, and changes are being made, and serious changes in many workplaces where I work. Like, they've got a brilliant diversity and inclusivity initiatives and strategies. There are many things they're doing to attract talent from communities that previously have not been included or are underrepresented. There are many things the businesses are doing to work on that. And at a business at a business level, if you're a business looking for how to do what to do, there's a website or a body called Building Places. You can search them, and they can give you really nice, good tips and advices on what you should follow. If you are somebody looking to get into a career within the construction industry, and you may be fearing, what if I put my name as Mohammed Abdullah or Pritpal Singh? Will it be looked at or not? Now all the businesses are looking at sifting through, doing like blind CV checks, not looking at the names. All these blockers that have been identified that get into the way of offering equal opportunities.
And language barrier is a very big thing for people who have immigrated from other countries, for instance. I mean, not everybody can speak good English, and sometimes that is one of the biggest hurdles of attaining a job that would meet the standards needed to live a decent life. Within the industry that you work, are there people who are unable to speak English but yet have been able to secure a job?
Yep. There is, as you may have heard, there's a lot of work being done, and there is more work being done, so that all businesses and professional organizations can can allow people to be who they are at work. Obviously, like language is critically important. If you're working in the Middle East, you would perhaps not be using English. If you're working in South America, you perhaps might be using Spanish. If you're working in USA or UK, the language will be the medium through which you communicate, and communication is really essential. However, that doesn't mean that you cannot be supported or helped within the industry to look at what options are there for you to find a suitable career path that fulfills your ambitions as well, and provides you provides you the satisfaction that you're looking at.
All right, Mr. Pritpal Jandu, thank you so much for being on our show today. It was an absolute delight to be able to talk to you. And I'm hoping that people who were watching our show will definitely make sure that they contact you if they need any help, especially when it comes to engineering and building opportunities. Dear viewers, it was a pleasure to be on this show yet again so that we could discuss this very important pressing topic about opportunities within the BAME community. If you want to be part of our show next week, stay tuned. We're going to be on British Muslim TV again, Sky 752, with our live show. Till then, take care of yourselves and the people around you, because it's important that you stay happy. Take care. Allah Hafiz.